On this week's episode, we are giving you guys a little skincare update.
Yes, we'll be talking about sunscreen and all the different skincare we've been using lately.
So, stick around.
Hello and welcome to Rare with Flair,
The podcast where two best friends with the same rare disease are living our best lives. I am your host, Cassandra.
And I'm your host, Casey.
Wow.
Cass, I don't know about you. The weather has been stunning.
Immaculate.
Stunning.
Immaculate.
Are we getting a tornado tonight?
Potentially.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Potentially. But it has been so sunny and beautiful and amazing, and that's what you get in the spring, is a mix of beautiful and amazing and a mix of tornadoes, and that's just how it goes.
A little bit of this,
depending on where,
a little
depending
bit
on
of
where
that.
you live. You got to take the good with the bad, you know?
Absolutely.
You get the really good weather to put up with the really bad tornado times, and I don't like tornadoes. If you know anything about me, not a fan of it. Not a fan of that siren going off. I can handle a thunderstorm any day. I'm fine. But when that siren starts going, it has like a visceral reaction in me, and I panic a bit, and I don't love it.
It's rough. I mean, I don't. Yeah, getting woken up to that siren, I think, is the scary part.
That's it.
In Ohio, we test them every Wednesday at noon, and so I'm so used to hearing the siren that it's like, oh yeah, it's noon on a Wednesday, haha. But like when you hear it any other time, it's like, oh no, that's bad.
Yes, we test it every Saturday at noon, so it goes off every Saturday at noon. But when it wakes you up in the night,
that's scary. Feels like you're in like an apocalypse movie, like.
It really does. It does. It does.
The sirens
you're
are going
up
off,
and you're
you
like,
gotta run to the bunker, aka the basement.
And you're like half out of it, like you don't know what's going on. You're just waking up from a dream, and you're like grabbing things, and you're like, it's just
my dog. I'm like half asleep. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, my dog. Yes, and our dogs are so confused. Couldn't be more confused. But the good news is Rupert is usually like half asleep.
Yeah,
so he's not
Ramona's
really, like scared because he's so tired. He's
like she just like
that's
I move
how he
a
is.
bed downstairs in our basement, and then we just sit there, and she just falls asleep again. I'm like, great.
Yeah,
love that.
Love that. Love it. Love it. If people are listening right now who really live in an area where there's no tornadoes, they're probably like,
what is that? I know. I feel that way about like earthquake preparation though. I've never experienced an earthquake, and then when people talk about it, like
the most horrific fault line in the USA. So we had to do earthquake drills in school all the time.
We never did that.
Yeah.
I think it's like I'm always confused because I've never practiced it, and I don't know what you're actually supposed to do. I'm like, is it a door frame? Like what?
They say I think they say door frame is a no now.
Is it no
I don't
now?
know, but when
so
we were
like
in
under
school,
something sturdy?
Under something sturdy, yeah.
Okay.
When we were in school, we had to get under our desks.
Oh, okay.
And hold on to the legs of the desk. They made you like hold on.
Yeah, just so nothing can fall on top of it, I guess. Wow, this is a great conversation to start off this episode. Natural disasters, but the weather is great.
This is so unhinged.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Why? It's my fault. I was trying to be positive by saying the weather's great, and then we ended in a different place than we started, I believe. But that's okay. How have you been?
It's funny because we do this sometimes where like this episode logically is getting recorded like 2 days after we last recorded the last one.
Yeah, very true.
Because at the time that this comes out, I will have been and come back from a vacation in Italy. So I'm super excited. Yay.
Eat all the good pasta for me and think of me
food.
Because
oh my gosh, I'm gonna eat so much cheese.
Pasta and cheese are my two favorite foods.
I'm very excited about it. My whole family is going.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be kind of a chill trip, but also, there are things that we're gonna do. And we're going to see art and all that good stuff, but sometimes where we might just sit in a piazza.
Oh, yes. Sounds amazing.
It'll be fun. It'll be a good time.
Sounds amazing. So yeah, when you're hearing this, we just recorded recently, so we don't have a lot to say for this opening. But besides our talk of natural disasters, which we're sorry about. But
regret that. I know. I actually just was cooking dinner. And here's a fun rare disease moment. I like totally sliced my finger, and I'm sitting here with it like we did a whole episode on bleeding management if you ever want to hear it.
We did.
I'm sitting here with my thumb all wrapped up in Coban, which is like that stretchy, like elastic hospital like self-adhesive. And then like I'm just holding an ice pack on my thumb. I think it's working. So
good.
We'll see.
Good. We've been we're actively on bleeding watch as we speak.
It's very exciting.
So stay tuned. We are hoping and praying that it stays at bay.
Really, I'm just trying to avoid having to take my rescue med because like it involves us having to get on a fluid restriction. But if I need to, I'll do it. I just don't wanna.
Yeah, we'll do it, but it's terrible.
I like to drink water.
But yeah, if you wanna check out that episode, it's called "Let's Talk About Blood." What a great title! I mean, come on.
Who wouldn't want to listen to that?
Speaking, I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? Sounds like incredible content to me. Riveting. Speaking of old episodes, so like you said, we have done an episode called "Ice Cream for Sunscreen," which is also incredible name. We're just very talented, you know,
we're
at coming up. We're just very good at this.
I think that was within our first year of doing this podcast, and now we're going to round our 5th in July, which is so nuts.
So clearly it has been a minute, which is why we're revisiting this topic. However, we also got an email from the lovely Johanna.
Yay! I feel like I want to sing like we just got a song from Blues Clues. You know what I mean? We just got.
I was thinking the same thing.
Just got an email.
I was thinking the same thing. I wasn't thinking of Blues Clues, but it reminded me of something when I was like, we got an email. Like it reminded me of one of those shows where they read, like they're reading the like viewer emails or whatever, which is what we're doing precisely. So we always say this, but thank you so much to anyone who reaches out and sends us an email or a message. We love it, we might not reply right away, but we see it and we appreciate it. We also thank you for any ratings or reviews you leave as well.
If you want to email us,
you saw this email.
We are hello@rarewithflair.com. So send us your thoughts,
thank you for the plug,
ideas, questions, and a lot of times we end up answering them on here, just like we did in our last episode about concerts.
Yeah, I don't know if we've ever done 2 listener questions in a row, but you guys are just giving us such good content to talk about.
It makes us feel real famous when you ask us things.
I mean, it's also like relevant. Like the things y'all are asking, we're like, that would make a good episode. Like so you saw this email first.
I did. So Johanna's reached out to us in the past. She's a lovely listener. We got to meet her at the NOAA conference last year, the albinism conference. And it was a pleasure. So she got in touch with us a few times, and this time she was asking about sunscreen. Yes, she was saying she really enjoys the Trader Joe's sunscreen, and unfortunately we cannot give a review on that yet because neither of us have tried it, although I do love a lot of the Trader Joe's skincare and body products. Yeah, they're very affordable. Case One's got me a lip mask from Trader Joe's, and it's very nice. Yeah, they're very affordable too. Typically, their body and skincare products are typically like really way more affordable than some others you can find. So, thank you, Johanna, for the rec, and we will definitely try it out. But we did want to talk about not only sunscreen but skincare as well, because it's been quite a few years, and we've of course changed up our routines a bit, and we have a lot to share about what we enjoy using. And I think this episode could be beneficial for anyone, even if you're not like a makeup user, because we're not going to be specifically talking about makeup. We're talking just about skincare, and skincare is important for anybody, whoever you are. And it's just like, it sounds kind of like a buzzword at this point because so many people are talking about it. But it's super important to, at a minimum, be hydrating your skin. Also, the amount of men that I feel like I've heard lately talking about at least using moisturizer or some kind of skin cleanser. It's so great. Like, everyone needs skincare. Yes. You got to take care of yourself. And keeping your skin healthy not only like helps you feel more confident, but it's just a good, healthy habit to have. And, you know, it helps you continue to age well. We're not necessarily into like anti-aging stuff because we're pretty young, right? And we don't really need it. Yeah. But you know, if you maintain your skin and do good for your skin while you're young, then you will continue to age gracefully.
That's true. And you said at a minimum moisturizing, and I completely agree, but I also think at a minimum also sunscreen is just really important. Obviously, you don't want skin cancer. It can happen to anybody, but we are especially prone as people with albinism, which if you're listening and you don't know, we have albinism, we have Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, which is why sunscreen is a topic that we talk about. This is not random for us. This actually really goes along with our rare disease. So think of this episode as both a rare and a flare episode because we're talking about the rare, but also flare is fun because skincare is fun.
It's fun. And like making a little routine of it just feels good.
It is. Grounding. It does feel good. Sometimes I'm rushed and I just don't do everything. But when you have the moment to really take the time, it does feel nice. It does feel nice to take care of your skin. So,
lovely. Yeah. I love it. Okay. So let's talk about it. What have you been doing with your skincare since we last talked about it? Or like what's your routine like lately?
Well, so I've got to say, I have found my gold standard facial sunscreen. We'll start with sunscreen. I think that's fine to start with. In the morning, I only do sunscreen. At night is when I really do all the other stuff. And I did not talk about this in the previous episode because I had not learned about it yet. I heard about this product from our executive director of the Hermansky-Pudlak Syndrome Network. Her dermatologist had recommended it to her. And she told me about it about a year ago. It is pricey price, okay? Like, it's pricey. But it is a mineral sunscreen, and it is extremely moisturizing. You know how a lot of mineral sunscreens, like, make you look really white, and it's, like, it just makes you look weird, kind of, sometimes?
Yeah, right. Well, so, like, it's hard to have a mineral sunscreen without a white cast, because...
Yes.
Like the chemicals or the minerals rather that they use in it have color in them. They're not like invisible.
Right. This one for some reason doesn't do that as much and it's very moisturizing and that is Elta MD.
I will do my best to link these all in the show notes.
Yeah, sorry, Cass. But Elta MD, ELTA MD. I get it on Amazon. I'm sure they have their own website. I'm sure you can get it other places. It is expensive, but it does last me a while because it's just facial sunscreen. You're not using a ton like you would for your body and whatnot. And it's just really, it's very moisturizing. And I have dry skin, and some people don't. So obviously the amount of moisture you need is very, very specific to you. But I am prone to dry skin, so I love some moisture. And I really enjoy it. And I use that every morning. If I'm not doing a full face of makeup, sometimes my makeup has SPF in it, so I don't always use it. But I use it a lot of the time, and I really love it.
That's awesome. That's so cool. I wish I could use it, but I don't have dry skin, so I don't think it would benefit me in the same way.
Right.
I have a combination to oily skin, and so I tend to avoid anything that's heavily moisturizing. But I think that that's awesome, and I'm really glad that you gave that rec. My sunscreen, my facial sunscreen rec has not changed. And it's actually something Johanna had mentioned in her email. Besides the Trader Joe's sunscreen, she mentioned and took a picture of the Supergoop. It's called Resetting Mineral Powder, and it comes in the shade Translucent because we're pale girlies. I'm at least a really pale girly, paler than Casey. So, like, I need pretty much anything without color as much as possible because otherwise it will turn me yellow instantly. So I really like that because I have more oily skin. It's just a powder. It lasts a really long time, which is awesome. And it's on this like neat contraption where it's like a brush and then it's got powder in the bottom and you kind of just twist on the brush and then it starts to dispense as you like brush your face.
Love that.
And it's really nice, like a super nice lightweight layer. It's mineral, so you know that it's good sun protection. And again, it is expensive, but it lasts because it's powder.
That's great. Yeah, the powder option is really cool. I haven't tried that, but that sounds very appealing, especially if you don't want to feel something heavy on your face.
Right. I like that. I also use so many creams and products and things that I just really need as minimal layering as possible.
Right. Do you do anything else in the morning, or we could go ahead and talk about our night routines?
I do. I actually do more in the
anything.
morning than at night.
You do more in the morning, really?
I do. Yeah.
Well, we can go back and forth then with, what we do if you like.
Okay, yeah. So, I always start with a cleanser. I tend to my biggest problem, because I have kind of oily to combination skin, my biggest problem is breakouts. I have always had a lot of breakouts, but especially after college. In my early and mid 20s, it got really, really bad. And it's still, like, not great. I think part of that is because I have an autoimmune disease. So I have Crohn's as part of Hermansky-Pudlak syndrome, which also includes a bleeding disorder, which is why I mentioned that at the beginning of the episode. But I think a lot of my autoimmune disease gives me like weird skin problems, and between that and hormones, I get a lot of cystic acne. It's been kind of under control lately. I used to be on a medication for it, not Accutane. That's really, really aggressive. They would never put me on that, but it was called, oh my gosh, it's escaping me entirely, but they call it a water pill. And it worked okay, but I really wanted more of like a topical option. So a big thing that I also need to do is, like, I have a lot of different products and I try to rotate them out periodically so that, like, if you use something too long, your skin gets bored. So I don't want my skin to get bored with any one thing. So I have 2 cleansers, all of that to say. I have 2 cleansers that I kind of alternate. I have a CeraVe cleanser, which you can get at pretty much any drugstore. Is their acne control cleanser. It's got 2% salicylic acid. And I think that that's really nice. It foams up a little bit and it's like liquid, but it works pretty well. And I alternate that between, there's this French skincare brand that I really like. And I mentioned there was this episode we did last summer about, things we were into. And I got a bunch of their products and tried some of them out. They had some like nice tinted skincare that did not work for me even a little bit. And then I literally gave it to Casey and it looks perfect on her because she has darker complexion than I do. But I really liked their acne care skin products. And they also came out with more since I had made that episode back, I had said that on the episode some time back. So they have a really nice cleanser called I don't know why, like, a lot of their products have numbers. It's called L12, okay? But it's a purifying gel cleanser, and it's got 2% zinc and bamboo extract. So it's got different ingredients than the other cleanser to kind of just switch things up and make sure that I'm getting a good clean on my face. So I don't use them both. I kind of just pick one for one day and then use another the next day. Kind of like that. Yeah.
Nice. So for my cleanser, I use 2. I also alternate between 2, and they're both ones that you like and you've used. One of them is the CeraVe cleanser. Yay. I really love it. CeraVe is a great brand. Love that, and that's typically what I use. However,
is it
I
the
also
acne
really
one
like
or the other? They have a few.
It's green.
Oh, okay. I think that's just their regular. The acne one is.
It's just
blue.
Regular. Yeah, it's not the acne one. It doesn't foam up like you said. It's more of just like a. It's like a white consistency, almost like conditioner looking.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not the same one, but I do enjoy it. It works well for me. And then I also really like the Murad clarifying cleanser,
that's a
which
good one,
I used for years and years and years. I had bad breakouts in middle school, and I went to a dermatologist, and he recommended that, and so I used it for many years. And then recently, Cass gave me a few bottles of it, hers, or get a bottle of it, and so I've been using those too. So I kind of flip it around, switch around. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm probably going to get back on that one as soon as my skin gets fed up with these.
Yeah.
Got to give it a break.
And if we're talking about cleansing, I know you do that in the morning and at night. But before I cleanse, I remove my makeup, and I really am into the and you are too. I think you're still using these. I'm really into the. You're not. Okay, never mind.
I'll talk about that.
I'm really into the these reusable little pads that you wash.
The makeup erasers.
Yeah, like reusable makeup erasers. So yeah, I've been using those lately, but yeah.
Yeah, those are good. So I stopped using those just because even though I would wash them, I really wanted to avoid any buildup of bacteria. My body does not handle bacteria well.
That makes a lot of sense.
So I've just kind of gone back to disposable ones. They are compostable, and as much as I can, I do try to throw them in my compost bin. Just because I did use those for a while because I liked them from the sustainability aspect, but at the same time I was like, I really, really, really need to like make sure my face is extra clean.
Right.
So I use...
What brand do you use?
Yeah, so I use the Neutrogena. They're called Night Calming Makeup Remover Ultra Soft Cleansing Towelettes.
Nice.
And it has a relaxing scent, but they're plant-based, which is why I can compost them.
I like that. If I ever were to use a makeup remover wipe of any kind, I do like the Neutrogena.
They're really solid, yeah.
Yeah, I travel with those often because I don't like traveling with the reusable ones.
Yeah, it's harder to clean that. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I travel with the wipes and the Neutrogena, so
they're solid.
Definitely like that. They're solid.
Awesome. Okay, so the next thing that I will do in the morning is I use a couple of serums from that French skincare brand Typology. So I've been using them since December, and I've actually noticed a really big difference, which is really interesting. So they have one they call L39. Again, I'm going to link these, but it's a day serum for blemishes, and it is like some of this is in French and I don't know what it says, but but it's like a bluish tinted serum, but it doesn't leave you looking any bluish at all. So that's kind of for just all over your face. And then I will do a couple other things, which I'll get to later, but I also will follow that up. They have a it's called L61 Targeted Blemish Serum, and it's more of a spot treatment. And that stuff, I'm gonna tell you what, I don't know what it is about it, but it has really, really, really helped my acne just develop heads, because with cystic acne, the big problem is like they're usually really big and they stay under the skin for a while and they're painful. And it really pops the head out, which is good because we can get rid of it.
Wow.
Right?
Wow, nice.
And it's just salicylic acid, but also zinc. And I don't know. I think my skin is responding pretty well to it for now. We'll see.
Your skin looks very good. Yeah.
Thanks.
It looks good.
I just have two that are bigger, that are more cystic, but I hadn't gotten really massive breakouts.
You're not in a big breakout.
It's crazy.
That's
and
awesome.
It's been pretty consistent. I've also, here's a cool skincare hack. Get good sleep.
Yeah, that is a great skincare hack. One of my favorite one of my favorite skincare hacks, and this sounds so simple, but it is so, so important. Do not touch your face.
Don't touch your face. Oh, I know.
Don't touch your face.
Don't touch your
This
face.
not only helps with acne, this helps you not get sick. During COVID, I kind of stopped touching my face as much, and I noticed I got sick less. Like, I just don't put your fingers in your face. It's just not good. It's not good.
Don't touch your face. I have a hard time with that.
So the next thing I do, I know, it's hard. The next thing I do for my night, because I just do everything at night, so I'm at my night routine. But the next thing I do after a cleanser is I use a toner. I use Neutrogena. I love toner.
I've never used a toner.
I love it. If you think that cleanser makes you feel clean, just wait until you do toner. It makes my skin feel so clean. Like, you know how flossing makes your... I don't even know.
Like, is it like micellar
It's some kind of like it's a little bit like alcohol based. Like, it's a little burny. Like, but it kind of gets the rest of the makeup off. The cleanser did not. It like it cleanses you. Listen, I don't know things. I just love how it feels. You know how when you floss when you floss your teeth, it makes the brushing feel a lot cleaner than if you didn't floss. That's how toner feels to me. Like, toner feels like I really got the job done.
Interesting.
With the washing of the face. Yeah.
I've never tried that before. I might look into that.
Scientifically, what even is it? No idea.
Toner. I gotta Google it because I've heard of it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. Generally, I don't think it's super like expensive. The one I get, I don't think is.
Which one do you use? Did you say
Neutrogena? So yes, I did. And that's okay. Neutrogena. No, you're good. You're good. What does toner do to your face? Face toner cleanses the skin by removing any remaining dirt or impurities after cleansing, balances the skin's pH, and can help minimize the appearance of pores. So it's kind of just an extra cleanse after the cleanse.
Ooh, I think I'm gonna get some toner.
It is good,
you guys.
It is good, man. I like it.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely want to keep my skin clean because I do wear makeup most days. I really like wearing makeup actually, but
you use it right after cleansing. That would be your next step is toner.
Yeah, okay, solid. Yeah, I really like wearing makeup, so I need to make sure that my skin gets really well cleansed in between wearing makeup. So I would definitely check that out.
I like it. I like it. You didn't hear it from me if you don't like toner. Like, I'm not here to be like the toner spokesperson, but it just makes me feel really clean, extra clean.
Okay, love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I also have, since my skincare routine is more in the morning. After my little blue typology serum, I have this product from Neutrogena from their Stubborn Acne line. This is an AM treatment, which is why it's part of my morning routine. And it's like a benzoyl peroxide acne treatment. So I'm trying to like use as many different active ingredients as I possibly can.
Yeah.
So this is, works all day to eliminate stubborn acne. It's got 2.5% benzoyl peroxide. And I like the way that this goes on. So like a serum obviously is going to go in and absorb in your skin really quickly because it's like a liquid and you put it on with a dropper. But this stubborn acne, it's like a cream, like it comes out white, but you put it on and it absorbs really fast, which I appreciate since this is meant for the day. So that's part of the arsenal of the skincare.
Yes. My next two things are things I sometimes do. They're not an every night thing. The first one is exfoliating. I only really exfoliate my nose. I have very big nose pores and they fill quickly. And so my nose can get kind of rough feeling to the touch and I just need to exfoliate it quite often. And so I sometimes will do that. I change up exfoliators. I do have one from Trader Joe's, but I'm not like married to a certain one. I have another one my mom got me for Christmas one year that's like, I don't even know the brand to be honest. It's like orange. But it smells like oranges. Like the actual product is orange. But that works well. And then another thing I do that's not every night, I do have retinol. Retinol, it can be for anti-aging, but I like to use it. It kind of shrinkens your pores. And like I said, my nose pores are naturally, I have naturally large pores that can fill quickly. And the retinol kind of like, it almost dries out your skin a little bit. So I don't use it a lot because I have dry skin. But you just need to make sure to obviously moisturize after. I'm not skipping ahead to moisturizer yet, but, and once again with retinol, I'm not married to a particular brand. My family is kind of in the beauty industry. That sounds really weird to say, but I often will get, it is true. I will get retinol from their business. So I kind of switch it up, and all retinol seems the same to me. I'm sure a lot of them are slightly different, but it does what it does. So I'm not like obsessed with a certain kind, but I do have it. I actually got it on my 30th birthday, and I was not on the actual day, but like right before I turned 30, and I was kind of laughing that I'm like, I'm 30 now, I need retinol because like I'm getting old. And that was kind of the joke, is like when you turn 30. So when you turn 30, Cass, I'll buy you some retinol. Unless you know,
I do have a product that is using some retinols, actually. So also,
never mind.
I think it is an acne-specific product, like most of mine are. And I will get to that. But obviously, like, word of caution, if you are pregnant and if you are below a certain age, you should not be using retinols. They could be really dangerous. Right. You have to be super, super, super careful. So just, if you have any doubts, ask your doctor if it's safe for you to use retinol. I know we also have a lot of like young listeners, so I don't know that I would
also
recommend.
You just don't need it when you're young. You don't even need it. You do not even need it. Do not use it. You don't need it. It can be harmful, and you don't need it. So
skincare is trendy.
Thank you for the.
But yeah, don't forget that some of it isn't for you. We're old now.
I'm glad you said. I'm glad you said that, because it's very true. Very true. Don't just buy everything we're talking about today.
No, right. Everything else besides the stuff with retinols, I think might be safe to use. But again, you might want to ask your doctor or your dermatologist.
You don't want to like go from 0 to 100 with this. Like, we have been building up our skincare routine for years. We didn't just go out and like get all this stuff at once. And you almost don't want to start with a bunch of stuff at once, because then if you have a reaction, you wouldn't know what was causing the reaction. True. You might want to like slowly build upon your skincare routine. So,
Yeah. And anyway. If you're just starting out with skincare, cleanser, moisturizer, the best place to start.
That's it. That's all you need. Cleanser, moisturizer, really sunscreen.
Yeah.
That's really all you
need. Cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen.
When I'm in a rush, that's all I do sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just cleanse and moisturize. Or if I'm like out of town and I'm like in a different place or rushing, and I don't always do the full thing. Anyway,
I know, it's hard to pack everything. We digress. When you've got,
is. It's hard to. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't pack everything. I do cleansing and moisturizing on a vacation. That's all I do.
I think I'm packing soon, so I'm looking at my products. I took a picture of them so I could actually say which ones. I was like, I'm looking at my picture.
And I still bring too many toiletries. I still somehow bring way too many toiletries. even with that, I still bring too much.
Oh my gosh. I know. It's a struggle, you guys. It's difficult.
It's a struggle. We are struggling here.
We are struggling.
First world struggles.
So the next thing that I will do in my morning routine is moisturizer. So for many years, because I was under the delusion that because I had somewhat combination oily skin and, did a lot of acne treatments, that I didn't need moisturizer. I don't know.
This is a common misconception.
It's so common. You just need to make sure that you have the right moisturizer for your skin.
Correct.
That isn't going to like clog up your pores, but it's going to be really, really like helpful. And I feel like I'm trying to remember. I think it was embarrassingly old to start using moisturizer regularly. I think I was like 24 and I was like, I should maybe
I think I was too, because it wasn't really even in the like zeitgeist, people weren't like, I wasn't doing it in college. People weren't doing that. I would cleanse. I cleansed, but that was all I did. Like, I would take off my makeup and cleanse and go to bed. Like,
I'm gonna be so real. I would like just shower and think that was enough to get my makeup off.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, no, don't do that. But if you have even oily skin, it could be because your skin is too dry, which creates more oil, and then it's a vicious cycle, so you need to moisturize it to kind of, don't let it dry out so much that.
And your skin, your skin never looks better than when you moisturize, truly.
Oh, that is the truth. And it feels so good. Especially after doing all the other crap to your face that kind of dries you out. Like cleansing and all that kind of dries you out, and then you need to add back in that moisture.
That's so true. Yeah, so this is another Typology product. Yeah, I really like their stuff, and it's been what I've been using lately.
They're
good. Solid. And they're clean beauty too, so I know that it's not gonna have too many excess ingredients. So this is called L41. It is their clarifying moisturizer. So I think it also has some active ingredients like zinc. or salicylic acid, but it goes on super lightweight. It smells kind of like rosemary, which I do enjoy.
Love.
But yeah, little goes such a long way. I bought a tube of this, gosh, like last August, maybe like July, August, and I'm almost done with it. I have a new one ready to go, but I'm still using the same tube. It lasts forever.
Nice.
And I use it at least once a day during the morning, and then sometimes I will also use it before bed, depending on if my skin is feeling particularly dry. I'll just put some on before bedtime, and it's really, really nice.
Nice. The next thing I do is also moisturizer at night. At night. Tell me if you caught the reference. Not you. I mean, obviously you caught the reference. I mean the audience. Tell me if the audience caught that reference. If you are under 25 or over 35, maybe you didn't.
Maybe you didn't.
Anyway, though, okay, so my next one is moisturizer. I used to be really into the Neutrogena, like, Hydro Boost one, I think is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And that's still it is a good moisturizer. However, I found one that is very similar and cheaper and amazing, and I love it. It lasts forever. Trader Joe's, once again, baby. Trader Joe's. I've been using their moisturizer for probably the last year, 6 months to a year.
Okay.
It lasts a long time because you don't need that much. Like, I think a little goes such a long way with moisturizer. If you overdo it, you're going to get greasy. Like, it's gross. Yeah. Like, no. So I just use a little bitty, like, little bitty pot. It's in a pot, that you unscrew.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really great. So I highly recommend the Trader Joe's moisturizer. It's very, very, very hydrating. So if you have drier skin like me, it is really nice.
Yeah. Like, I think I've done the Hydro Boost from Neutrogena. I think it's more moisture than my skin needs, so it did make me break out a little bit. And that's not a fault of the product. Yeah. I just think it's not meant for
it's just skin. Different skins have different needs, and that's what you got to figure out. Like, are you dry? Are you oily? Are you combination? Are you... Yeah. You got to figure that out. Even my hair is dry. I'm just kind of a dry person. Like... So,
she's dry, but she's sweet.
I'm dry.
I know. My ends get dry of my hair, too, though. So, like, we have similar hair, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so my other two products, so all of the ones that I mentioned, I mostly use in the morning, except, sometimes moisturizer. Sometimes I also use that acne spot treatment I mentioned earlier at night if I'm really trying to attack a specific spot. But, so something that I have invested in, it is, a lot of this is so expensive. And it was actually about a year ago that, I kind of reached a tipping point where, like, my skin looked honestly so bad. It wasn't necessarily like just an aesthetic problem, but it was just really frustrating. I had also gone on a course of antibiotics, which made my skin worse. Like, sometimes they help it, and sometimes they make it worse.
Just happened to me literally this week, so I understand.
It's so frustrating. So
it broke me out. Yeah,
it's so hard, and it's like painful, and it's really difficult. So I've invested a lot in skincare from that point, and it has helped a lot, but it did take so long. But part of that big investment in skincare is I did this back in college, and then I decided to do it again. It's called Curology. It is basically like a telehealth online dermatology pharmacy. It's really interesting. You will send pictures of your face, without makeup and in natural lighting to, like, on their website, and then, like, a dermatologist will actually look at them and formulate a specific cream formula that would work best for your skin to help your skincare problems. And I think it's again expensive, but I found that it lasts pretty well. You get one bottle every other month. It's $30 a month, so, just, like, bear that in mind. But I think the really nice thing about it is, I've mentioned through this episode that your skin can get used to one thing. The nice thing is that if your skin is getting too used to one formula, you can just tell the dermatologist that's formulating your thing on Curology, and they will adjust your formula for you.
Ah, that's nice.
Right. You don't have to go out and find a separate product, and that's part of the appeal for me. So I've been using that for about a year, and I use it at night. It's definitely a bit thicker. But it's worked pretty well, and I did just get it adjusted a couple months back, and I've noticed that it has helped. So if you're really struggling, but you can't get on like an acne medication because it's too much for your body, because it would be for me, this might be a solid option. And you can pay with your HSA or your FSA if you have. Nice. Yeah. So, like, it is, like, because it's telehealth.
Right. Yeah. Nice. Falls under the telehealth umbrella. I like that. That's nice. So the only other thing I really do, if I'm having a breakout at the time or I have acne, I used to have this Neutrogena. I keep talking about Neutrogena and Trader Joe's, man. I sound like a broken record. But I used to have this Neutrogena, like, spot treatment. I actually still have it. It's like a little squeeze bottle, like, that you just put on your spots. However, my friend Audrey, for my birthday, got me the Wicked pimple patches because, I mean, like, and obviously it's like a good gift, but it's also just funny because it's like wicked. And I had never used a pimple patch, which you had, and I had never used it. And this is what I was telling you before the pod that, like, has changed the game for me, these pimple patches. So I even forget what the brand is. It has like a year in it. I can send it maybe for the show notes. It's like 1901, or it's like a year in it. But they're Wicked, so if you look up, even on Google, the Wicked pimple patches, that's the brand. But, that they are. But, man, these things work. Like, I wear it at night to sleep, and I wake up, and I pull off the patch, and the pimple is either gone or much smaller than it was. Yeah. Like, it works.
It will
and
shrink
they were
them
pricey.
Well. They are, yeah.
They were expensive. I was going to buy them for myself, and I didn't, so getting them as a gift was great. But, they are lovely, and I do wear them to bed if I am breaking out, and I really enjoy that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've used pimple patches from a different brand called Starface. They have a few different kinds that I've used. So they have the regular ones that are yellow, and you can just kind of put them on any small spot. They have different uses, okay? They have blue ones that have salicylic acid. So I think that those are helpful for like bigger spots, I would say. Yeah. They have these green ones that have tea tree oil, which help reduce inflammation.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
They have these purple ones that are good for if you ever pop a pimple. I usually have to get help because I can't pop my own pimples. But, you know, if you have a pimple that gets popped, I either, like, have someone help me, like my mom, or I go and get a facial and get them, like, extracted professionally. But after you get them extracted, you can put these little purple stars on, and it's, like, supposed to kind of heal the pore.
Oh, that's nice.
And they have ones that are cloud-shaped that have these little darts that I really use those a lot, especially when I should have put one on these spots I have last night. They are really expensive. You can get, like, 12 individual ones, and it's like $15. It's a lot of money, but, like, they have these, like, they're spiky. I don't know. They call them micro darts. I don't really know what they do, but I put them on, like, these cystic spots, and I think it kind of helps them, like, form a head.
Oh,
so there's a bunch of different ones that I have for different reasons.
Yeah, I love that.
They're great. I do struggle, like, putting them on, to be honest. I feel like I kind of
sometimes
miss
me
the
too.
spot. Sometimes it's such a visual challenge.
Yes, I've done this. Yes, I wasted one time because I got so, like, I missed the spot. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh no. I did just look up the brand of mine, actually, though, the Wicked ones. It's called Beekman 1802.
Fancy.
I had never heard of that. I'm assuming they make pimple patches in general that are not Wicked themed. But the Wicked ones, there's a little, like, witch hat and a little pink crown, so they're very cute. But I recommend Beekman 1802. I don't know anything about that brand, but the pimple patches work pretty great. So,
awesome.
You know, I'm here for it.
Love that. Mm-hmm. I think the last thing that I use this is my retinol. And I use it somewhat sparingly. It's a product from Murad, and it's like a daily clarifying like peel. So again, it is a little aggressive, but it has AHA, BHA, and retinol. So I usually put it on like a cotton round and put it on my face at night. I do this maybe once or twice a week right now to help like reduce any open pores or any like inflammation that's on my face currently, or kind of darker spots. I don't have hyperpigmentation because, we don't have that problem having no pigment, sort of. But sometimes your pimples can leave darker spots. So this kind of minimizes that. And, you got to be really careful with these products, with these peels, not just because of what we said earlier, but they can increase your sensitivity. So just making sure that you're wearing your sunscreen after you use these is important.
Very true. Very true. And if you are, I use my retinol almost every night, but I took like 2 years to work up to that. Like if you're just now starting retinol, if you are an adult and you want to start, like I started like once a week, then like twice a week, then every other night. Like and I did it for months to kind of work my way up to know what, and you might have sensitive skin, you might not have sensitive skin, just to know what your skin can handle. I wouldn't like go crazy with the retinol at the beginning. Like definitely work your way up to it. And especially like you said with skin peels, that and exfoliation is really only needed once a week, or like you really don't need to exfoliate or peel your skin all the time. That is not something you want to be doing all the time, but maybe once a week is a good amount for that.
Yeah. And it does make a difference. I feel like it tightens up my face a lot.
It does.
It works. It does its job, but you don't want to overdo it.
Right. Exactly. No.
But that's our skincare routine.
That is our skincare too. I love that we basically have the same amount of steps because we ended at the same time. Like we basically, even though you do some things I don't do and I do some things you don't do, we have a similar amount of things.
I know, right? And mine
which might sound like a lot to some people. Right. It might sound like a lot to some people, but we enjoy it and it does help our skin and it's fun. So
it is fun.
But like, to repeat ourselves again, cleansing, moisturizing, and sunscreen are really the most important things. If you're looking to get into skincare, if you don't do anything for your skin at the moment and you would like to, that's where you start. You can add in all the other crap later, but that's where you start. So, yeah.
And of course, like we've done episodes similar to this before, these are super liable to change as we find other products that fit our skin's needs better. Maybe next time we talk about skincare, I'm going to have a toner. Woo.
Heck yeah, you will. Yes, awesome. Yes. But yeah, thank you so much, Johanna, for the idea and for the email. And we will be trying that Trader Joe's sunscreen, hopefully, to let you know
I really want to try
our opinion on it. So thank you for recommending it.
Appreciate it. Oh, you know what?
Yeah. What?
Do you use lotion? This is something I've been doing a lot more in the past year. I just remembered. This is also skincare for the rest of your body.
Well, I have Trader Joe's body butter that I use. I mainly just use it on my legs after I shave. I don't go crazy with the lotion, but I use hand lotion as well in the winter because my hands can get really dry. And that's also from Trader Joe's.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I have just like the regular Aveeno all over
that's a good
lotion, and it's like super solid. You gotta make sure that the rest of your body, especially in the winter, is moisturized. You can, if you don't, you can get cracking. You can also get skin infections by not having your skin moisturized enough because it's too dry. So, if you're more prone to infections like I am, like it's a really helpful step. I usually use it at least on my hands at night, and sometimes on my feet. But
I use oil on my cuticles sometimes too, because I am prone to biting my cuticles if they get too hard, and you want to keep them moisturized so that you don't peel them. And so
definitely
I do that too. When I was thinking of skincare, I was thinking more of facial, but we also, I also do that.
You got skin all over your body. I know, right?
Skin all over.
Just remember that.
You have skin everywhere. Yeah. Very nice.
Love it. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been so lovely.
So lovely.
And we hope that
Just
you
love it.
enjoy your skincare routine today. Maybe you were doing your skincare routine while you were listening to this episode or part of it.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
That'd be so
if you
cool.
were, let us know. That would be so cool. Sometimes I do that with a pod. So love it. Thank you for listening. We love you, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.